Okay guys, getting ready to do a test ride of the Honda Transalp 750. So we have on here the Nelson Rigg tail bag. This is the DUALSPORT Enduro bag. And then we have the Trails In Light tank bag. Pretty cool. So we got the tail bag, tank bag. Went ahead and strapped these on before we go. Kyle Bradshaw from Nelson Rigg, he's got his bike strapped down there with some Rigg gear. So it looks like my Transalp has the Shinko Adventure Trail tires. Okay guys, we're on the dirt road with the Transalp, trying it out. It feels kind of weird. It feels like the bars are kind of crooked. Like they do several of these demo rides, so I'm sure that somebody has laid this thing over and maybe tweaked the bars. The bike does feel really stable out here for this sandy road. Doing a good job of that. And it's definitely dusty. So she's definitely got a lot more power than the 300L, of course. Feel that instantly when you're used to riding a small bike like the 300. Definitely I can feel the weight more than the 300. I already did that back there. Yeah, yeah, I said it back there before we left. I went ahead and changed that.
How he said it was best performance. I can see how if you've never been in the fan before,
Right.
that could be a benefit.
Right.
You're just not going to get out of control on it.
Right.
And now I want to be out of control.
My bars are tweaked too.
What's that?
Bars are tweaked a little bit. I don't know if it's the wheel is twisted in the forks, you know, or if it's the bars where somebody's dumped it. Super fun. I can see having some fun on this thing. With this power, it's definitely not like the Africa Twin, but you can feel it's not as much power as the Africa Twin, but also don't weigh nearly as much as the Africa Twin. I don't like that stupid traction control. Making it where it don't want to spin, it kind of cuts out. It's kind of irritating. Thing needs to be shut off. Yeah, definitely if you get on it and it tries to break loose, it cuts you out. Kind of like stalling on you. That's what it feels like. Like to never got this thing in third gear when we first pulled out on the highway.
Say what?
Like to never got in third gear when we pulled out on the highway.
Yeah.
It's in second, could not pull it up. Finally let on the clutch, and on the clutch finally it come up. But
Well, it's got a quick shifter.
yeah.
So you gotta hold on the gas and then click it up. It should shift.
But don't clutch it.
No, don't clutch it. You don't need to.
Maybe that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know.
weird.
Like with moto boots, like I was riding these back and forth. That quick shifter, if you put
I thought it
pressure on
was probably the
shifter,
boots. Maybe
Yeah, it'll if you put pressure on it, it'll cut power.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're like, oh, what the hell? But that's just a quick shifter.
And this traction control is horrible. It's
Yeah.
you can't get on it, and because it's.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a quick shifter. So it's not like quite enough to shift, but
I think these bars are tweaked. Where somebody dumped it, feels like this side's back further than the other, or the tires crooked in the forks.
got something going on back there. Well, it didn't go down, but it was damn close.
That sand's rough, ain't it?
I have never run this much sand.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is the whole fucking thing like this?
Is this whole thing sandy like this, he said?
Say again?
Is the whole trail sandy like this?
Yeah. Say again, Lou? Okay. This canyon?
Do what?
This canyon?
Yeah. Hey, here we go again. Yeah, he said this whole road is sandy like this, but I'm not a sand person. I kind of suck in the sand. There ain't no doubt. Just takes some practice, I guess, getting used to it and how to ride in it. Kind of keep scooted back and be on the throttle a little more often, maybe. Nothing wrong with the bike. I'm riding around here like a newbie or something on that sand. It's difficult if you've never rode in sand before. It's definitely difficult. This is definitely, I've rode some even in Arizona where we're at, but it's not this bad. I'll be glad to get back there where it's not so sandy. This is like extremely sandy stuff. Fun. That's part of the fun. And learning something new. I definitely like the sound of this Transalp. It sounds beefy. It sounds good. And the weight, I mean, when you're riding, it don't feel heavy at all. Now, I can definitely tell there's a difference between it and a 300L, but very little. Once you're moving, it feels like a lightweight. I just can't get used to that throttle cutting out. I don't like that part. Which way did they go? Oh, there they are. Don't like that part. But probably riding it more aggressive than you're actually supposed to off-road, trying to get on it, You just stay in the throttle smooth. Telling Kyle Bradshaw that's a perfect place for a launch out there on an Africa Twin.
Oh, a dry lake bed. Oh man, I have a Honda video that I could share with you about a dry lake bed. from a bike that I had borrowed from Honda at one point in time. No bueno. I think he's talking about it right now, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Frank, are you telling the story about when I looped out that Africa Twin on the dry lake bed? Oh.
This is kind of better. Got some dirt here anyway. Problem is, you get going too fast in this dirt, then all of a sudden you hit a big deep spot of that sand, and whoopee! Into the bush.
35. He just took out that tree. What are you doing, Frank?
Some trucks.
Look at his foot.
Truck and a Jeep. Did you see me hit that bush?
You can't take the Christmas tree home
I'm
with you?
trying to trim it off. It was sticking down the road. I thought, well, I can probably trim some of that off.
What about power mode #1? I'm gonna call you the Bush Rider from now on.
Yeah, no doubt. Riding in the bush, literally in the bush.
Oh,
The bike feels super light.
it does feel like
It does. It feels super light. Like,
the power delivery is pretty. Like, I like the feel of the motor.
yeah, I do too. I don't like the traction control. That part I don't like.
What's that?
I don't like the traction
I can't turn it
control.
off.
Huh?
I can't get the wheel to spin.
I can't get it either. It's still on there. It won't. I think as low as you can go.
Huh?
And then that dude cutting out on you. I don't like that. I want to get on it. We just got passed by a Transalp. Probably right behind me. Don't like it because I'm slow. Traction control, it just gets me in trouble when I do get into soft stuff. To me, taking people out on a demo ride of a bike on this sand is just not a good demo ride. But I think it's the area we're in, but it needs to be dirt. Man, I suck in that sand, I tell you.
So squirrely?
Oh yeah. I just can't ride that sand where I mentioned on the video, to me, taking people out to test ride the bike and see what you think of it on that sand is not a good, but that's probably what all they got here.
I'm done, guys. Thank God I stopped in the sand.
Me too.
Wait, nobody's down out here. Yeah,
It's a workout.
yeah, dude. You know this little motherfucker. Tires are doing good.
I'd rather be on one of those than this. Any day on my 300. You want to go up front? Oh, this sand is wild. You guys that ride in the sand all the time probably laughing at me.
Dude, trying to control off is amazing.
Oh yeah.
This motor has some pep.
You got it off? How'd you do it?
So go into your traction control,
Okay.
over to the key, and hold the up button.
Oh, that's right.
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold
Got it. Now hold what? Now turn it
No,
off.
hold the move button.
Yeah, okay.
There you are.
Now, let's,
Dude, completely different machine.
cool.
You're gonna love it.
I didn't think I could. I guess I wasn't holding that.
I
Was
was
the
doing
pro-
the same thing, like, what's happening?
Yeah. Still ain't gonna make me better in the sand. Okay, now let's try that. Kyle just told me how to turn off the traction control. Traction control just kind of sucks, you know. When you need the power, You can't have this thing cutting out on you. Jeez. Oh my God. Huge difference. Huge difference. Now it actually feels like it has some power. Because before, because it was cutting out whenever you get on it, try to spin, the traction control kick in, it felt like it was dogging out real bad. But now, you get on it, you got power on tap. Big difference. I can't see the ruts. Too much dust. Somehow I saved that one. I don't know how. Dumb luck, I think. It dang sure ain't for talent, because I have no talent out here on the sand. Boy, I'd love to try this on some actual dirt. That's what I want. I mean, that traction control being off brings this thing to life. Love it. It's kind of like, you know, when I bought the Africa Twin, it was just 1000cc, weighed a lot more power, but just to me it was too much. This bike is a total different ball game. I need to be just driving out here or riding out here like an old grandma on the sand. I'll probably be a lot safer. Well, I was knifing the front end on this thing. I thought I was going down on there earlier.
Bags are getting dirty.
Huh?
Bags are getting dirty.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, that sand, I suck in that sand. Never rode it before.
You want to try it? Get into the top. This is probably the best bike you send us.
So they're testing pretty much everything. You got the XR 650L there. You got the CRF 450 here. More Transalp. There's a CRF 450L, but that's one of the guides. And then we got a couple more coming here. We got a CRF 300L Rally. Problem is, you turn this thing off, I lose all my settings, even in user mode. So I'm just leaving this thing running when we stop, so I don't lose that. Look at that cow. Nelson Rigg, man. Get up front. So you can check out nelsonrig.com. That's where we got this luggage on here. That's where it come from. So also check out Mini Bikes on YouTube. He's got a pretty cool channel, pretty cool content. He does some crazy stuff. He also does some testing tires, lots of different tires. good trust out for the suspension. Now, I bottomed there a little bit on the back. My front didn't bottom through that. That was pretty rough. So it's funny that the front didn't bottom, but the back I felt it hit once there, but it was actually pretty good. Better than the stock 300L for sure. Like night and day better than the stock 300L suspension. They're doing all these demo rides, I guarantee you they got some dusty air filters. Golly. Spots in the dust, I can't see it, and when I come out where I can see, then I'm in the sand and all over the place. Oh yeah, suspension feels pretty good. For stock suspension on a Honda, pretty good for stock Honda suspension. I like the feel of the suspension, no doubt. It does feel soft, but it soaks up quite a bit. Feeling, man, when you get this thing on dirt, it rips. I love the feeling of it on the dirt. It's just the sand is my problem. And that's probably not the bike for sure. It's definitely me. Did you get on something like this, see where it's brown, it's dirt, where you got some traction? Big difference. I have to watch around the corner here, make sure I don't get run over. Okay, which way to go? That way. Follow the dust. We get this thing on the dirt. You get it on the dirt and it rips.
Yeah.
Where you got some traction.
Right.
Man, I love it. Suspension actually goes across that rough stuff. Where it's like,
Yeah.
it actually done good. I bottomed the rear one time, but the front didn't bottom at all. I mean,
I got the front one, not the rear.
oh really? Well, I was on the throttle pretty good, so the front was sliding, but
Yeah.
it done it good. Waiting for our last couple riders here. Sound like he's having flame out on that 450. I think it's having flame out when he hits the throttle. Kind of wants to do the pop and die. And 450s are kind of known for that, I think. Thought they had that fixed. I can't do a review of the Cinco tires, and it's because I'm in the sand riding it, and I'm not a sand person. So if I knew something about riding in the sand, I could more tell you, hey, this is a pretty good tire in the sand. So I really can't do that. But the bike feels good in the sand. All the errors was, of course, me. But I think we're going to get back on the road. We got like 2 miles back up the paved road. Oh yeah, feels good on the pavement. Love that. Power. It's got good feeling power. And this quick shifter is kind of different. You don't clutch it, just pull up, be set, and shift it. I've actually never used one, so I have a DCT on my Gold Wing, but this is kind of different. You still got to shift it. She runs pretty good. It's about 65 I got through there, but not supposed to be hot rodding or wheeling or nothing. 75. Feels good. I don't know where Kyle's at back there. I think I lost him. The tail end of the group's back there somewhere, unless one of those bikes had a problem. Here comes some headlights. Definitely love the feel of the bike to stand up on it. Standing up feels great. This actually, to me, it's maybe a little better feeling standing up than my 300L. I like the positioning as far as standing up. The bars, the foot pegs is spot on. They got that part down good. If you ride on your, on your balls of your feet, standing up, my arms are perfect. They're bent just a little bit instead of being solid straight, and feels real good. Windscreen, is being as small as it is, it actually does a pretty good job. Definitely better than the 300L having no windscreen, but I like it. Looks like we're about back to the ranch. Pretty awesome. Honda Transalp 750, 2024. Definitely my first ride. And that was my first impressions of the bike. I like it. Even though I'm a clumsy rider, I still like it. See where Kyle's at. Still don't see him. Still don't see Mr. Kyle Bradshaw. But if he broke down, I don't know. But if he is, he's got one of the guides back there with him. Or instructor, whatever you want to call him, for Honda. And we're back to camp. Okay, guys, that is it for the 2024 Honda Transalp 750. Not too bad. Of course, when the test rides in all that sand, it's kind of hard to test the bike when you're riding nothing but deep sand. When I got to a dirt patch, loved it. So pretty cool. I guess this is the quick shift right here, but I like it. Like it. It looks good with the Nelson Rigg gear on it too. I mean, this is like this DUALSPORT Enduro tail bag fits perfect, and this is the Trails In Light tank bag, which is kind of small. You can put a larger one on like he has over there. But if you're into just small and compact, this one actually fits it pretty good. So I like the whole package, really. Pretty cool bike. Somebody has laid it down. That wasn't me. So don't go blaming me. Thank you all for watching Woodzman Adventures. Click the thumbs up on this video and subscribe down below. Check out Mini Bikes on YouTube. And check out NelsonRigg.com So any of this gear, 20% discount if you use my code Woodzman20 when you go to nelsonrig.com. Thank you all for watching. Right on.